Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Movies looks at ... This week, I'm joined by the hosts of Adventures in Movies.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Sorry. I'm completely new to this again.
This week, we are looking at you, the audience, to help us out. We're going to present three movies today, three very different movies, I think. We will answer any questions that any of us may have about those movies to kind of fully flesh out the offerings that we have. And at the end, we will ask for you guys to kind of vote in the comments as to which of those movies you're most interested in. Blake will get us started with his pick.
So my pick, boys. I'm going to take you back to 1998. What a good year, though, actually. I enjoyed 98. 98 was a fun year. Think I was in high school.
I was not in high school.
You were definitely
I was in middle school. No.
But a good year. Lots of good movies came out in 98. Lots of good stuff happened in 98. But this is, I'm just going to give you the cast and tell me if this piques your interest, all right? Denzel Washington.
Interested.
John Goodman.
Very interested.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland.
Oh.
Awesome.
Elias Koteas.
Who?
Come on.
Oh, you don't know Elias Koteas? Oh, you'll know him. He's a great character actor. And
He's
also,
really good.
you've heard of this guy, I think, James Gandolfini. How about that?
Oh, yes. I kind of know that guy from somewhere.
Okay. Yes, you do. So this is
A
a
lot of time
movie.
with him recently.
Yes, you did. And this is a cool. He actually plays a kind of a caricature of a police officer in this. Denzel Washington is Detective John Hobbs. The movie is called Fallen, directed by Gregory Hoblit, and yeah, great funny name for the director. But he's done some other good stuff. Frequency is another good movie he's done. He's done lots of other stuff. But this is it's kind of a supernatural detective story about a serial killer. So kind of also reminiscent to another thing we watched on here, The Exorcist 3. But very cool, I think. If you like a kind of a cat and mouse kind of game, starring Denzel Washington, it sounds good to me. I'm pushing for Fallen from 1998. So if you have any questions, I'd be thrilled to hear them.
Well, Denzel's a good actor, but you mentioned Hobbs. Who plays Shaw? That's
The Rock.
That's the most.
Oh wait, who was that? Who was Hobbs and Shaw? I can't remember.
Hobbs is
Denzel. You
Rock.
just told us.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, but
yeah.
from
Is John Goodman Shaw? Because that's a pretty good combination.
no, he's Jonesy.
And no one will ever be the Kevin Hart character.
No. Except Kevin Hart.
That's
Yeah.
So it's a mystery, supernatural mystery.
Supernatural mystery. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Never seen it. Sounds good. Sounds really good.
Never seen it.
But
So,
Danny, you have something.
yeah, so I have 1996 Escape from LA, a sequel to 1981's Escape from New York, or Escape from LA. I already got the title wrong. But Escape from LA is John Carpenter's sequel to, as I mentioned, Escape from New York. It's almost 15 years later. We finally get a sequel to that nobody ever asked for, but it is fun. I mean, check out the cast here. Kurt Russell is back as Snake. You're gonna have Steve Buscemi as your main villain. You're gonna have Peter Fonda. And you have that's all you really need. Peter Fonda. You have the surf. You have the car chase where he's surfing. There's the death basketball. California goes under a huge earthquake, and Los Angeles becomes an island, and it's a state, like a prison, and he has to save somebody again. That's all you need to know. It's fucking fun. It's dumb. It's fun. Why not?
So it's Escape from New York in LA.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Escape from New York, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because Escape from New York is awesome.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, such a great movie.
I went a little further back to a movie that we were gonna watch for Four Eyed Horror, and I don't think we ever did, right?
No.
Okay, good. 'Cause I would hate to suggest something we did.
No, we
So,
haven't.
I have I'm gonna read my notes here. 1982's Turkey Shoot. So I'll go along with what you guys said. Here's some dystopian future,
Okay.
exploitation, better yet, Ozploitation from Australia. Incredibly violent. Critics called it sickeningly violent.
Well, I know which one I'm voting for.
So this movie set in a concentration camp in the future. So there's going to be some sadistic prison sequences which upset some of the Australian government. Rich hunters can buy a license to come to the island and hunt prisoners. So you have this the most dangerous game. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You got that going on here. I actually heard about this movie, and I don't know if you've ever seen that documentary, Not Quite Hollywood, but it's about the Australian film industry, and they had some cool nuggets of information about this particular movie. Everyone who they interviewed had nothing good to say about this movie at all. One of one of the things that they said was during the shooting, real bullets were used. Now that's probably one of those like rumors that spread. However,
Oh.
in the scenes that they showed in this, the actors look incredibly frightened. So I like to imagine that they are real bullets, or at least they told them that they were real bullets because they look they look panicked. They look.
Did this guy direct The Crow?
I was gonna say that. Shit.
Oh man.
So someone had to do it.
Yeah, that was the low hanging fruit there. And you know what? I didn't get it. But best reason of all that we should see this movie. Well, I guess I should go over the cast. The biggest name out of it is Olivia Hussey, who played Audra Denbrough in It.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Alright. That's enough.
I mean, I get that's a big name. I guess.
that's the biggest name, and I mean there is a big bald dude with a huge mustache who looks crazy intimidating, and I'm sure dies in a very violent manner. But best reason to see this movie is the alternate title in some countries: Blood Camp Thatcher.
Ooh.
Hey.
Thatcher
I
must
think-
be the commandant.
Okay.
But
I like it. I typically like dystopian, hyper-violent Australian films such as, Mad Max and the like.
Yeah.
I think the Howling's from Australia, right?
Is
Or
it?
One of them is. One of them is.
Yeah. Oh, the marsupials one. Yeah.
The marsupials.
That's the third one. That's the third one. That's the third one.
The really bad in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
one's awesome.
Yeah.
But this one, I like exploitation, and then just it has such a ridiculous premise to it, and I've always wanted to see it and never gotten around to it. So that's my pick. So
So
we
Fallen.
have 1998's Fallen, starring Denzel Washington and John Goodman. Supernatural mystery, which is an awesome combination.
Yeah. I have Escape from LA, which is just another post-apocalyptic action film.
Another dystopian future.
Yeah, dystopian future.
Can't go wrong with John Carpenter.
No.
Snake Plissken. Is that the one from Metal Gear or from? I always get them confused.
No, that's Snake.
Plissken
You're talking
yeah,
about
the
Snake.
snake. Yeah.
You're talking about Solid Snake, Liquid Snake.
Solid Snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake Plissken, awesome character, awesome name, and Kurt Russell just plays the character perfectly.
He's got the flow going.
Great flow. Like he's such a hunk. Like me and Blake were talking about it. He's like the granddaddy of all like daddies. Yeah, he's a pod daddy.
80s Kurt Russell is pretty underrated, and like everyone talk about Bruce Willis, Patrick Swayze was like the huge hunk back in the 80s and stuff. Kurt Russell, he got a lot of love going his way, but he would kind of, I think he was really rugged, but not in like the ruggedly handsome one, like kind of like he might beat your girlfriend. Like not the cool kind of rugged. Not that I think Kurt Russell does that. He seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Goldie Hawn, put on a yellow shirt if you're in trouble.
Goldie Hawn and him have been together for like years.
They're still together?
They're still together.
They're still together.
Wow, that's awesome. I love hearing stories like that, like Matthew Broderick and what's her
Secretariat.
name?
Right.
Horse girl.
Secretariat in the City, and Freddie Prinze Jr. and
Oh,
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I really,
Yeah.
because in Hollywood they're so. I mean, it never lasts there, ever, ever. And if they do, it's because they've had to marry and divorce like 2 or 3 times. So I really didn't know about Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. That is good to hear. Actually, that's awesome.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Escape from L.A., Dystopian Future, John Carpenter, always fun. And Turkey Shoot, Australian exploitation movie, also in dystopian future, can go either way. But those are the 3 choices that we offer up to everyone. If all 3 of those, maybe you've seen them all, maybe none of them tickle your fancy, or maybe you just know for a fact that you have something better that you think you need to look at, let us know in the comments below. Like, we have an open review policy. Well, we're always looking for stuff to review all the time. So please let us know. We're up here every week on YouTube. You can check us out. Usually we are reviewing movies. This week we're asking for a little bit of help. But we do everything from documentaries to animated features to, well, we'll definitely review anything with music in it. I can guarantee you.
Please. Preferably like 90s era, like grunge rock, maybe.
We might not like the music, but we'll watch it anyway. We have Adventures in Movies, our podcast, which you can find on Stitcher and I can't believe I lied to everyone like that. Spotify,
Apple Music or Apple Podcasts,
iHeartRadio,
iHeartRadio on the website. Gotta give the website some love. We also have the quick and dirty version up on YouTube every single week. Come and check us out, and please vote for one of these 3 movies, or tell us what you think we want to see, what you think we should see. I think that's all we have for this week. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Adios.
Support is brought to you by Manscaped. They are the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Recently, I purchased the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. With one use, I realized how much I'd been missing. They've actually redesigned their electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team spent 18 months perfecting the greatest pubic hair trimmer ever. It's a 3rd generation. The trimmer reduces any manscaping accidents that you may be worried about, so don't worry. It works really well. They claim the battery lasts up to 90 minutes, and I can tell you firsthand that is absolutely the case. You'll feel a whole lot smoother, a whole lot fresher, and a whole lot cleaner. You can actually get 20% off and you get free shipping if you use the code AIPT20 and you go to manscaped.com. They have a variety of products that can help you below the belt. And again, you get 20% off and free shipping if you go to manscaped.com and use the code AIPT20.